There are often homeless people asking for change at freeway exit ramps, but recently there's been this guy with an interesting sign at I-71 and Hudson Street. His handwritten sign says he has the God-given gift of a great voice.
Hey, I'm gonna make you work for your dollar. Say something with that great radio voice.
When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening to Magic 98.9. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. And we'll be back with more right after these words. And don't forget, tomorrow morning is your chance to win a pair of tickets to see this man live in concert. Thank you so much. Well, when I was 14 years old, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. When I was 14, I kind of listened to one of our area radio announcers. And I went as a field trip to go meet the guy, and he looked nothing like what he sounded like. So I asked him about that, and he said to me, listen, radio is defined theater of mind. And so when he said theater of mind, I just said, well, hey, I can't be an actor, I can't be an on-air personality, but the voice just became something of a development over years, and I went to school for it. And then alcohol and drugs and a few other things became a part of my life. And I got 2 years clean, and I'm trying hard to get it back, and hopefully somebody from one of these television or radio says, hey, I need a voiceover, or I need something. So, you know, I'm hoping one day, watch Family Guy, weeknights at 7:30.
This is Scott Spears in Franklin County, Columbus, Ohio. It is the season. 'Tis the season. WWGH Radio on the road. And when we come to Franklin County, there's nobody we would rather visit than our dear friend who is just about, in a month, to celebrate 10 years since his viral video, since he really invented the viral video, and it swept the world. Our pal here in Columbus, Ohio, Franklin County, the man with the golden voice, Ted Williams, one of the best personalities ever in the history of radio. He goes by the golden voice, but much more than a voice, a talent, a brain, a perspective, and an all-around great guy. Ted Williams, here we go.
I love this man. I owe you $1 million for every intro this man has ever given me, you know. And yes, you are on my turf now. You're in Franklin County, you're in Columbus, Ohio, and it's good to see you, Scott.
Good to see you, Ted.
All
Always
right.
a pleasure. Now, Ted, what I thought we'd do, we've never done this.
Okay.
And I thought at the 10-year mark of your, how do you refer to it?
I call it as my divine blessing.
The blessing.
The blessing, yes, absolutely.
Really quick, just so people remember, take us back 10 years ago, what happened?
Standing on a highway corner here in Columbus, on 71 in Hudson, over by Proust Stadium. Now it's map-free stadium. But to make a long story short, I was there for about 18 months, standing there and just panhandling like most homeless addicted people do. You know what I'm saying? Addicted to drugs and alcohol. And so I was standing there, and my sign said, I have a gift of voice. I'm an ex-radio announcer who's fallen on hard times. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you and God bless. Well, a lot of people would come up, Scott. They'd read it halfway through the sign, look at the light had changed, and they were gone. So there was a gentleman from the Columbus Dispatch, Doral Chenoweth, who took his heart and his camera to mind and videoed me saying, when you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening, and that video ended up going viral. I've been on the Today Show, Good Morning America, and the CBS Morning Show, and it has been truly, truly a ride. I've been on Dr. Phil, I've been on Wendy Williams, Monique, Steve Harvey, the list goes on, you know. It ended up on Dr. Phil, who in return sent my girlfriend and I, Kathleen, to two of the most nicest treatment centers, drug and rehab treatment centers that money could buy. We spent over $180,000 for us to become sober. I've been sober since.
And here we are. Does it feel like 10 years? Does it feel like a decade?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really feel like that, you know, because people look at me like it was only yesterday. You know, people come up, can I take a selfie? Can we, shake hands with hug prior to the COVID-19, so to speak. But people just like it was yesterday. You know, nobody says, how long is it? No one has ever asked me how long has it been. It's always, they think that it's been just a month ago, 2 months ago.
How will you celebrate the 10-year anniversary?
How will I celebrate? Well, right now my girlfriend is going through some health challenges, so I'll just celebrate it as another year of living. You know, I turned 64 in 2021. I never thought I'd make it this far, you know, but I did. And, you know, I've got a few little challenges going on, but I'm going to get through it like I always do.
You pull through.
Pull through, that's right.
What advice would you give to somebody who is facing hard times? How do you get through them?
You stay strong. Keep your faith. The faith of a mustard seed, the Bible says, moves mountains. And I'm sure everybody has a mountain or two or a hill to get over, you know. And so if you do have those things going on in your life, just hold fast to your faith. And that's what I did. I stood there on that highway corner. I had no knowledge of the fact that someone was going to come by and video me or have a viral video or any of those things. I just kept faith in God that one day something would change for me. Otherwise, I just stood there, you know, with no hope, no nothing. I did have hope. And so that's what I want somebody who's facing challenges of that nature, addiction, homelessness and all. Hey, keep the faith. Keep the hope alive, you know. I don't want to sound like Jesse, you know. Oh, Jesse Jackson, keep the hope alive.
Now, Ted, what I want you to do here, because we are taping...
And I love Jesse Jackson, by the way.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
He's been a guest on the show.
Yes.
Love Jesse Jackson. But during this COVID, because we are in the middle of the pandemic, I want you to, pull the mask off just for a second.
Yeah.
Get off your ear just for a second. And just show people this is what people should be doing. I mean, we are here, you know, we have been tested, we're okay, but we're not near anybody. You're in the restaurant.
That's
you
right.
have the social distance.
That's right.
What did you make of Franklin County going purple?
You know, there's so many thoughts that I have, and I just want to pull out a few of my thoughts. First of all, just one, I found out that hospitals get $14,000 per patient that is tested positive for COVID-19. Now, I've been in prison before, and the state gives prisons $30,000 per inmate that is, sentenced to go to prison. So, how you doing there, young lady? I love Burger King. No, I just kidding. But what I wanted to say was, I thought it was a kind of, let's get this hospital some money. We're down in the dumps with money. You know, every person that probably comes up with just a flu symptom, you're COVID positive. You're COVID, you know what I mean? Just to get that 13 grand allocated for, you know, COVID patients. Now that was my first theory. Then secondly, now that the election is over, let's put the panic in the pandemic. You know what I mean? And just to go that instant from moderate admissions of COVID positive to overwhelming. You know, everybody that's coming in, the admissions is you're COVID positive, you're COVID positive, you're COVID, you know, that kind of thing. I was like, something's flaky, but who am I?
When we look at this right now, hospitals are close to being overrun. What do you think about when you hear that? Having a loved one who is not feeling well right
That's
now.
That's right. She's a high risk. You know, she's in a nursing home now, going through therapy. You know, walking, and she's COVID prone, so to speak. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to name the facility, but there was 3 or 4 admissions that came in COVID positive, and so I was very worried about her. And then, you know, people don't. I don't know what it is in me that I bring out that in the average person who seems to forget about the danger of COVID. But whenever you've got somebody that just walks up to you, hi, can we take a selfie? And no mask on, no nothing, no social distancing. They're breathing all over me, you know. But I've learned that, you know, because I don't like to live in fear. I don't like to live in fear, Scott, because that's what it seems like the devil wants us to do. Walk around living in fear. Don't touch that person. Don't hug that person. Don't, you know, let that person breathe around you and all of that. So.
I want to talk about, we're going to do this thing, Vanity Fair. Anybody who's read Vanity Fair knows about the Proust Questionnaire, and I'm going to tell you about that, and then we're just going to run through it, and this is going to be a lot of fun here at the holiday time. And we're also going to tell people that Ted Williams has a new item coming out this holiday season.
Yes.
Autographed ornaments, because so many
Autographed Christmas tree ornaments. One of a kind.
And some are golden. If you want a golden ornament, you can have a golden ornament. But
you'll handle all of that.
I will handle all that, and you can have a green one or a red one or whatever you want. But if you want the golden one, you can have that as well. Your autograph. How many times in 10 years would you say you've been asked for an autograph?
Everywhere. Well, God, I mean, if I was to give a number, I'd say 1,000 or more. You know.
But never on an ornament.
Never on an ornament. I've signed T-shirts. I've signed hands. I've signed money. Somebody gave me a $20 bill. Said, "Would you please just sign it? I want to keep this 20 for the rest of my life." And this, that, and the other. But I've never signed a Christmas ornament. That's going to be fun because Christmas is my favorite time of year.
So look for those specials and announcements. You will see those very soon.
Sure.
Now, in the last 10 years, before we get to the Proust Questionnaire, give me the best moment and the worst moment in this decade.
Signing with the best moment was going on the Today Show with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira. That's the best of this 10 years, going on that show. The worst is signing with a attorney that I had no knowledge of his, knew nothing about him prior to signing on, and he just raped me, literally, financially, not physically, but financially raped me, and that's the worst time. But I'm a strong man, and I know I've done a lot of things to probably have perpetuated some type of what they call karma. Karma, yeah. So I just left it alone, and I don't. This man raped me of over $375,000 by posting me up in a condominium in Dublin, Ohio. I won't mention no names, Brett Adams.
Well, Ted, I just want to say this because I want to dispel a myth here that's been going on for a long time. Everybody thinks you have a lot of money because of this viral video in 10 years. Explain the money situation. Explain what it's been like financially. You just did a little bit.
I have a very dear friend of mine who has come into my life in the past 5 years, who has been keeping me afloat. I do have another manager, which he negotiates contract agreements and so forth, but none of which my current friend David Jones has done for me. My bills are paid. I'm not really hurting. I'm not starving or nothing. But I'll just leave it at that. I do have a place to, I got a roof over my head, so to speak. Hey, Ted Williams, once again, the man with the golden voice. We've got red, we've got green, and what else would we not have other than gold, my favorite? Hey, get your golden voice, Ted Williams signed ornament today. It's golden. I need one for you.
We're continuing with the man with the golden voice, Ted Williams, and we're going to do something we've never done in 10 years of doing interviews with this man. I've been through a lot of managers and a lot of interviews with this man, and he's the best. But we're going to do the Proust Questionnaire, which appears in Vanity Fair every month. Now, the Proust Questionnaire was a parlor game devised by Marcel Proust, who is a French novelist, essayist, who believed that in answering these questions, an individual reveals his or her true nature. Now here we go. We're just going to run through the questions, and whatever comes to Ted's head, he'll answer. So let's we'll get back to the golden voice here.
Yes.
Ted Williams with the Proust Questionnaire here in Franklin County. Ted, what's your idea of perfect happiness?
No worries whatsoever.
What is your greatest fear?
Birds. Do you answer?
Now, why birds? Why birds? Why birds?
I had a bird fall in my hair one time, and it couldn't get untangled for nothing, and the flaps of those wings up in my ears just resonate. Just the thought of it, just the thought of a bird. That's how I felt. All I could hear was, and I'm desperately nervous to hold him and pull him out or whatever. So I just ran around like an idiot.
No birds.
No birds.
No birds. What is the trait you most dislike in yourself?
My giving. I mean, I don't dislike it to a point where, but I give. I love to give. I'll give everything until I have nothing. Some people say it's a fault of mine or whatever, but I'm going to use it this time as a trait that I need to back off of a little bit.
What is the trait you most dislike in others?
Stinginess. I hate stingy people.
Which living person do you most admire?
That I most admire?
Most admire. Living.
Yeah. By name?
By name.
By name. I don't know. I like that new that I most admire my name. Man, that's a hell of a
It's a
question.
tough question.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
Marcel Proust knew what he was doing back
Yeah,
then.
who is my name I most admire? Joan Crawford.
Who's Jim Crawford?
Joan Crawford.
Oh, Joan Crawford.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
Joan Crawford?
Because
she's dead, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
We need a living person.
living
Living
I'm sorry.
person.
Okay, Matt Lauer. Yeah,
There you go.
I love
We know
Matt
why.
Lauer.
That
Yeah, I don't care about There's been allegations of everything about many other celebrities and all. It hasn't been proved. There, on the other hand, though, Bill Cosby, bless his heart. I was going to say Bill, but
He's fallen on hard times.
Yeah.
Hard times. What is your greatest extravagance?
I bought all my kids a Gucci purse, $1,000 Gucci purse, which the purse was only this big, for $1,000 in Hollywood, California.
What is your current state of mind?
Loose.
Elaborate on that one a little bit. Loose.
It just goes from one thing to the other.
What do you consider to be the most overrated virtue?
Give that to me in a little layman's term.
Most overrated virtue, like thoughtfulness, kindness, things that are a virtue. Honesty.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
On what occasion do you lie?
When necessary, no. On what occasion do I lie? When I feel that it's going to hurt someone. I feel like I won't lie. I'll just deviate from the truth.
That's a good way to explain it.
Yeah.
What do you most dislike about your appearance?
My long chin. It looks like Jay Leno. I love Jay Leno, but I don't want to look like Jay.
Which living person do you most dislike?
Which living person? Oh. How far is this going to be aired? Living person that I dislike. My former attorney.
There you go. What is the quality you most like in a man?
The vain qualities.
Which is the quality you most like in a woman?
Feet.
Feet.
I love women's feet.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a foot man.
Which words?
Angie's like, leave my boots alone.
Which words or phrases do you most overuse?
Which what now?
Words do you most overuse? Or phrases? Do you say a phrase a lot?
Do I overuse the faith of a mustard seed? I overuse that sometimes.
Who or what is the greatest love of your life?
My children, my ex-wife, and my current girlfriend.
When and where were you the happiest?
When and where?
When and where were you the happiest?
In South Padre Island, Texas, when I was going through drug rehabilitation.
Why?
Because I was on the Gulf of Mexico, man. It was blue water, and that was beautiful.
It beats Franklin County in COVID.
Oh, yeah,
December
yeah,
of
exactly.
2020.
Yeah.
Which talent would you most like to have?
Become a ventriloquist.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My weight. I want to gain weight.
What do you consider your greatest achievement?
Being number one in a market in radio broadcasting was my being number one for 4 consecutive books.
That's the love of your life, is it not? Broadcasting?
Broadcasting, radio
To
broadcasting.
this day.
That's right.
If you were to die and come back as a person or thing, what would it be?
As a person or thing.
Either one.
I'd come back as a lion.
Where would you most like to live?
California, if I could afford it.
What is your most treasured possession?
My dog tags from the United States Army.
What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
Homelessness.
What is your favorite occupation? I think we know
Radio
this.
broadcasting.
What is your most known characteristic? I think we all. Well,
My voice.
Exactly.
My
That's
voice.
not hard for this one.
Yeah.
What do you most value in your friends?
Honesty, and I only have a couple friends, and one of them is over here today, Mr. David Jones. But honesty and humor.
Who are your favorite writers? Do you have a favorite writer?
Yeah, Terry McMillan, and and James Baldwin.
Great writer, speaker, and performer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who is your hero?
My hero?
Your hero. Do you have a hero in life?
No, my hero. My mom and dad.
Which historical figure do you most identify with?
Historical figure? Oh, God. Doc Holliday.
Why Doc Holliday?
Well, because he shoots from the hip and he tells it like it is.
What's your favorite name?
My favorite name?
Favorite name?
Desmond.
What's your greatest regret?
Hiring that lawyer
How would you like to die when that day comes many, many years
in
from
my
now?
sleep.
What is your motto?
My motto is, but through it all, I gotta be me.
Gotta be you. When you arrive on the pearly gates of heaven, what do you want God to say to you as you arrive?
Ted, you tried. You tried.
Ted, I want to talk about something because when you were on, and that's the end of the Proust Questionnaire, but
Okay.
when you were on with us last time, we touched on this a little bit and we got so much response on it.
Okay.
I want to do it here on video for people who might be watching this on YouTube or anywhere else.
Okay.
You revealed that you have dealt with depression.
Yes.
Tell people, because so many people right now during the COVID holiday season
Yes.
are dealing with this.
Yes.
Tell people when you first realized it and that you had this and what it felt like.
Well, the isolation itself kind of veered towards me understanding that something was wrong. I just didn't want to be around people, and my mood swings were terrible. One day I'm happy as hell. The next day I could care less about getting out of bed. Finances. I start looking for things to take away from joy and happiness, and I just didn't find anything to be really grateful for on mankind's way, but I always thank God for another day of living. But it's just an awful feeling, and I really do feel like I suffer from some type of clinical depression. It's a terrible feeling.
How do you deal with it?
Try to just do the reverse. When I don't feel like getting out of bed, get out of bed. When I don't feel like laughing or nothing's funny or I can't go to my favorite dining spot because my money is a little, just find something cheaper. Try to do the opposite of what you're feeling. Try to make yourself feel aware that this is what you're feeling and you want to do something different.
You talked about Christmas being your favorite time of the year. Why is it your favorite time of the year?
Well, it was a chance for me to get what I wanted on Christmas. Some of the things that I've been praying for, hoping for, wanting, and begging my family for, and then I do on Christmas. One or two of the things may come out of the list, but I always got a chance to give to. I always got a chance that if I got 5 G.I. Joes, I could give my friends a few G.I. Joes.
When you look at this time we're in right now, in the COVID, in the pandemic, it's going to be a rough holiday for a lot of people. What advice do you have for them?
Well, just acknowledge that there are people working on the cure for it with the vaccines and all. Know that it's not going to last forever. We got to go back to normalcy of some sort. But just try to obey as you can, as you see fit. Don't live in fear whatsoever, because that would just take away from your joy, your happiness, and it'll get you kind of depressed if you've got to be so bottled up with fear that you don't want to touch this person, your family ain't even worthy of a visit, and because of the fear that is instilled in all of that.
Ted, just before we wrap this part of the interview up, it's always so great to talk to you. It's a fascinating subject. Because 10 years ago, I remember waking up one day and seeing this video on all the news channels, local and national. You really invented the viral video. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
We hear that word all the time.
I look at it on Wikipedia, Google or whatever, and they say the first viral video.
And first viral, you invented it.
Hey, no.
You are this guy. So saying that, what we all remember from that video is you holding that sign.
Yeah.
That vision and the camouflage jacket, you and the sign. If you were writing something on a sign today, what would it be? 10 years later.
I've accomplished some of the things that. I'm writing a new sign.
New sign.
By standing out there.
What would you be?
I have a God-given gift of voice. I'm an ex-radio announcer who's fallen on hard times. I wouldn't change a thing.
Wouldn't change a thing. Now, because it is the holiday season, and don't forget, you're going to want to get your Ted Williams Christmas ornaments. Look for that spot here very soon as the holiday season progresses. But we're going to end with a nice little Christmas song here.
Okay.
The quickest one we got, which is Chestnuts Roasting on
And where do we start? At the top?
We're going to start at the top. You ready to go here, Ted?
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung quite wild.
By a choir.
And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Am I going right?
You're going right.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child go ahead,
is going
to cry
to see if
reindeer really knows how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple wish
could be phrased for kids from 1 to 92.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
The man with the golden voice.
I love you.
My pal, the one and only. Don't miss him coming wherever you will see him. He is the absolute best. WWGH Radio here live in Franklin County, and check out those ornaments. They are going to be something else. We thank Angie for taking pictures.
We love Angie.
And Sean Kraft for shooting the video.
Sean, my man.
It is the way to go.
WWE and Sean, you can't miss it.
There we go. Thank you. We're heading for the dugout.
Ted Williams, once again, the man with the golden voice with Golden Angie, and the man himself, Mr. Scott Spears. On behalf of Scott, Angie, and yours truly, Ted Williams, we wish all of our friends and family happy holidays. Come on, y'all. Happy holidays.
Why didn't I get to talk?
So go to WWGH, Scott Spears, you know him, a great guy, man, Marion's best broadcaster. When it comes to great talk radio, WWGH 107.1 is the station. And I have a lot of loyalties to WWGH. Hey, here's my favorite one. Oh, I don't know. I like that Mariah Carey, What I Want for Christmas, but I can't get up and do What I Want for Christmas, baby. I'm just having fun. Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Good, there we go. That's the voice of the lovely Santa helper. We love Terry, we love Angie, we definitely love Scott Spears, we love all of his guests, we love Kreskin, we love, Mary Ellen Withrow. Love you, girl. Keep signing that money. Okay, let's see. Hey, the election happened kind of flukish, didn't it? I'm just going to say one thing. Go Biden, go Biden, go Biden.